Hey everybody, it's Preston here at Godzilla Hawk, and welcome to your late edition of your NXT Takeover 31. I figure I'd kind of do this review. You know me, I've always been doing NXT reviews. I did do one last night. I was just a little tired. I had work in the morning, so unfortunately I was not able to do a review, so I'm going to do a review right now, shortly before Monday Night Raw comes on. So I'm going to give you my thoughts on all the matches, what I thought about the show overall, and kind of just tell you about how I felt about this new setting. So we'll quickly talk about this for a second, the new setting. So I want to get this right. So NXT's new home, as of right now, is at the Performance Center, but they're calling it something else. Oh, what was it? Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name. So I'm trying to remember what it was. So basically, it takes place at a performance center, but they call it something else. I think the Civic Wrestling. Oh yeah, the Civic Wrestling Center. I think they called it. The Civic Wrestling Center. It does not look like the Performance Center at all. It's completely different. I will say it has a little bit of that Thunderdome-esque quality to it, but it has almost like a underground fight club. And I don't mean raw underground. I don't mean that crap. I mean it's almost like a lucha underground, almost like a fight oriented grittiness to it, which I like. I like it. It's a little bit more gritty. You have the Lexan glass on the rampway, but on the barricades, but on the front end of them you have chain link fence on it to make it feel like you're more like cage. They actually had giant screens, you know, like the Thunderdome has, like the virtual fans, and then they also have a few other fans, like actual fans of the building. So I kind of like that. When you see it yourself, it makes it feel different, and I kind of enjoy that. So apparently, that's going to be the new setting for right now for at least NXT shows going forward. So I'm really looking forward to see this event play out more. But I really do enjoy the setting. I really do like it. It's better. It beats just being the Performance Center and like a gymnasium type of thing. So I am happy they did that. But let's get on with the show very quick. We have a lot to cover. So we have Damian Priest defending the North American Championship against Johnny Gargano in the opener. Very good match. I will say this. Candice LeRae is a great heel, but Gargano, I just have a hard time buying into him. If this was a babyface Gargano fighting Damian Priest, I think this could have been a match of the night. This match was good. It was very good. But it was missing a little bit of that Johnny Takeover kind of match. If you've seen the Johnny Gargano matches on Takeover, you know what match I'm talking about. He's not a terrible heel. It's just he's just way better as that underdog fighting babyface, like Daniel Bryan-esque. He's just better that way. Some counters, Gargano's using his speed, trying his best to kind of cut down Damian Priest, using his own legs and choke bombs. Towards the end of it, though, Damian Priest does this running dive off the out of the ring onto Gargano, but instead Gargano grabbed a couple, one of the crew members, and Priest lands on him, almost Undertaker WrestleMania 25-esque, if you know what I'm talking about with that. So I don't think Priest or no one was injured, so thank God, or almost died. But while the referee was attending to the crew, Gargano low blows Damian Priest. He gives him that corner kick in the head, and we think it's over. Priest kicks out, and then Priest ends up hitting this basically elevated rope DDT version of the Reckoning, basically Crossroads. Spikes Gargano, retains the championship. Again, I thought it was a very good match. But now I don't know where this leads Gargano at this point, because I think it's safe to say Gargano should not be challenging for a North American Championship, at least for a long time, because that's 3 tries on Takeover, they failed. So I don't know what they're going to do with Gargano now. I know there's a draft coming up. Maybe this is time for Gargano to be called to the main roster. It is possible. He could be called up. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But You know, I mean, again, it was a good match, but it just felt like it was missing that Gargano-esque feel to it. But still very good opener. Next, we got Kushida versus the Velveteen Dream 101. Kushida's first NXT Takeover, and before anybody gets on my case about the Fire Velveteen Dream shit, the whole, oh, he's a pedophile, he's trash, Twitwell said this, look at the evidence here, look at this at the audio call, I am done with it. Okay, I'm going to say this right now, I've already said it briefly, but I'll say it again. I'm neutral on the subject, because in my opinion, the evidence is not very concrete enough. But if he is 1,000,000% guilty and factually proven guilty with real concrete evidence, he does deserve to get fired. But the evidence I've seen is not really enough to warrant him guilty. Triple H said something in a conference call. He can be very immature personally, which people have said he has backstage heat because he can be very, immature. In terms of the allegations, at the end of the day, people need to understand these are just allegations. That doesn't mean they're not true. It just means, think about it, but don't assume they're automatically guilty. Okay? Enzo was accused of rape, and what happened? He was fired, and it turned out it was not true. So when it comes to the Dream, I don't give a fuck about these stupid allegations. When the concrete evidence comes out, then I will make a decision. But until then, he is neutral for me. I just watch this as a match and just see the performances. That's all I care about. I'm here to judge the match. I'm not here to talk about the allegations or the personal stuff going on. Unless Dream is flat out 1,000,000% guilty, then I will have something to say. But the evidence that we have is not concrete enough. So that's, at this moment, he's just neutral. With that being said, Kushida attacked Velveteen Dream basically before the match. Dream dressed up as Doc Brown because Kushida's always dressed up as Marty McFly back in Japan. It was Back to the Future thing. Kind of cool. But Kushida has had this now new kind of killer instinct. He's more aggressive. He's more, intense. He just attacked Dream right off the bat. He attacked him. Didn't even get proper entrance. He just ran in after Dream's entrance and just assaulted him. Target armor lock. Dream got a few moves in, and this match was very gritty. It wasn't like the smoothest match, but I was entertained. It wasn't a bad match. But it definitely felt more gritty rather than just do a move and this and that. They did do that, but it felt like it was more like almost like a chunk of it almost feels like it was real, like it wasn't being planned. But Kushida, towards the end, just hit the hoverboard lock. He was hitting arm bars, trying to break the arm, try to get Dream to tap out. Dream tried Dream Valley driver, and Kushida still had the hoverboard lock in, and Dream immediately tapped out, and Kushida wins by submission. And after that, though, Kushida just continued attacking Dream and basically took out his arm. Dream was in pain, and Kushida just walked out. So this could set up Kushida versus Finn Balor if they want to. If they want to do that for this, which by the way I'll talk to you right now, Halloween Havoc is coming back on October 28th, I believe. I believe that's a Wednesday, so they're doing a NXT special. I don't understand why you just couldn't have this pay-per-view or this takeover wait and just call this show Takeover Halloween Havoc. I don't understand why that. Hey, but what do we know? At least we're getting a Halloween Havoc. I just want it to be an actual pay-per-view, though. Next time, make an actual pay-per-view. I don't care if it's an NXT pay-per-view or a WWE-based pay-per-view. Personally, I would just have Halloween Havoc replace Hell in a Cell. I think we can all agree on that. Can we get rid of fucking Hell in a Cell pay-per-view and just replace it with fucking Halloween Havoc? I'll be very happy with that. So this could set Kushida versus Finn Balor, which they've had history in the past, so there's that possibility. But now this question is what does this mean for Velveteen Dream? Is this a way to write off Velveteen Dream for a while off TV? Um, is this like his farewell match? Does this mean Dream's going to go to the main roster? Because the draft is coming this weekend. So will Dream finally get called up to main roster? You know, is this going to lead to something else? I have no idea. But something tells me that this whole Dream thing is something else. So either they're going to take him off TV for a while, or this might be Dream's last match and he gets called to main roster. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Next we got Santos Escobar, King Cuerno versus Isaiah Swerve Scott, formerly known as Killshot and Lucha Underground, because this was a Lucha Underground match, especially with the whole greediness of the setting. This felt like Lucha Underground match for an NXT Cruiserweight Championship. First of all, thank God they put the Cruiserweight Championship on here. Thank God, it's about fucking time the Cruiserweights got some exposure. And not going every single move for move detail, but besides a couple of interferences, which I do make kind of get old, I thought this was a great match. I don't know their best match could be, but for what they did, it was great. They got a good amount of time. They did their spots. Santos just does one of the best suicide dives. I will stand by that. He does a suicide dive. He launches himself like a fucking dart. Most people, when they do suicide dives, it usually looks trash or they barely grit like this guy, though, along with Austin Aries, do some of the best fucking they do the best suicide dives. They just get full force with it. So I gotta get credit to that. Towards the end we see Joaquin Wild, Raul Mendoza try to get involved, and then we have who is that guy? One of the recent NXT guys that's been getting some TV time. I keep forgetting his name. I don't remember his fucking name. God damn it. But some guy came out. One of the wrestlers came out and fanned out Joaquin Wild, Raul Mendoza. Santos thought he won the match, but Isaiah kicked out. Isaiah thought he won, kicked it out. They're on an apron, and I don't know where Santos shoves Swerve right into the bomb turnbuckle, which was exposed. The metal part of the cables were exposed, and the idea was Swerve got landed on the back of his head on it, and then Santos would get the victory. So that's basically what happened. This was like 24 hours later, so I apologize for kind of being vague on certain stuff. But I do want to try to get this going, but still try to give you guys a review on it. But I thought this was a very good match. I thought these two had great chemistry. Now, what's next for Santos? Maybe if Kushida doesn't fight Finn Balor, maybe Kushida fights Santos Escobar for the Cruiserweight Championship. Like I said, that's the one thing I like about the Cruiserweights on NXT now. Now, if no one's able to challenge for NXT Championship, you have the North American Championship, you have the Cruiserweight Championship, and you have the Tag Team Championships. And Kushida fits all those bills, especially with this new aggression character change. There's a lot you could do with Kushida now. So, I don't know what they're going to do with Santos Escobar. I don't know if this means a rematch. I don't think they should. I think they should kind of move on to new opponents. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but great match nonetheless. Next, we got Io Shirai defending the women's championship against Candice LeRae. These two have had great matches in the past. They had good chemistry, so we knew they were going to have really good chemistry. This match was very good. I think some people might be overhyping it with it being a great match. I thought it was very good. I don't think it was great. I've seen way better women's matches, especially on NXT, but this was it was a good, main event TV match, I would say. Very good. Counters, near falls, and towards the end we had referee get knocked down, and Johnny Gargano comes out with the referee shirt, tries to count Candice LeRae, and Io kicks out. Referee's trying to get Gargano out of the ring, all that, and Candice hits Io with the belt. Io kicks out. I will say this, if Gargano with the referee's shirt, if that was the finish, if Candice Ray won the championship with the whole Gargano being a referee thing, like they did on the main roster, I would have been angry. I would have been mad because I've already seen that shit before. Extreme Rules, and that ruined the fucking match between Sasha Banks and Asuka. I don't need that bullshit again on my NXT. So thank God they didn't do it, but Io Shirai retains. So right outcome. Like I said, with Candice Ray now losing, does this mean Gargano and Candice might be getting called up? It's possible both of them could be getting called up in the draft. Now, here's a lot of things to consider. If that happens, we got 2 more women headed back to NXT. One of them being a former NXT Women's Champion. So, first, during, I guess it was the pre-show, we had Triple H interviewing or talking with Rhea. And Rhea told Triple H, like, look, I want to be a champion, so I'm putting my foot down. Whoever wins between Io and Candice, I want them for the championship. So, keep in mind, Rhea wants the championship. Her one-on-one rematch for the championship. Then out of nowhere, on the screen, we had Toni Storm come out and announce that as of right now, she's officially moved on from NXT UK, and she's going to be part of the NXT main show, the NXT show. So we got Toni Storm coming to NXT permanently, and then the unveiling of the former NXT champion, coming in from the motorcycle, the whole night goggle thing, the night vision stuff. We see him pulling in through a motorcycle, coming through the back. They make their way to the entranceway, take off the helmet, and it's Ember Moon, who we've not seen, it feels like, an eternity. She had a bad injury. I forgot what the injury was. I don't know if it was an ACL tear. I don't remember, but Ember Moon was gone for a while from doing something stupid with the 24/7 championship. So she was gone for a while. We didn't know she was going to come back. She's officially back on NXT. That alone is going to help. So keep in mind, Io Shirai has Rhea Ripley. She has old rival Toni Storm. And she can now have a fresh match with Ember Moon. Next, the main event. We have Finn Balor going one-on-one for the first time ever against Kyle O'Reilly for the NXT Championship. Brandon did not care for this match. Surprisingly, I figured he would because it was too gritty. Now, at first I respected his opinion, but I have to say this right now, he makes no sense. Because this was exactly the match I thought it would be. Finn Balor and Kyle O'Reilly, if any of you know how these two wrestle, especially Kyle O'Reilly, you know what type of match you're going to get. I know exactly what the match we were going to get. We were going to get a submission, hard style fight. That is what we got. It was strong style, hard hitting strikes with a lot of submission countering and stiffness. Whether you want to say it was like an MMA fight, whether you want to call it like the Uja Underground type based fight, or even New Japan. I would consider this closest to like a New Japan match. It was physical. Both men were bleeding from the nose. Apparently, I guess Finn Balor rumored to have broken jaw because of a knee by Kyle O'Reilly. Both these men just beat the shit out of each other. And you know what? This was a fantastic match. My opinion, match of the night. This was a great match. Almost 30 minutes. Fucking great. My only gripe with this match, though, was the ending. When Finn Balor hit a couple double stomps on the ground and then hit the coup de grace for the final win. I don't know about you. It felt rushed. It felt like it was too quick. It just felt like out of nowhere. I don't know. Something about it just felt like it was off about that. And like I said, I think because Balor got maybe injured in the jaw, maybe they caught audible and just had the match in quickly. Maybe that's what happened. That's possible. Apparently Finn Balor's getting x-rayed right now. So hopefully it's nothing too serious. Because that's one thing we don't need is another champion being injured again. We already had that with Karrion Kross, and now he's out for all probably until next year. But I thought this was a great match. It was exactly what I thought it would be. You know, Kyle O'Reilly really showed, I think, everybody that he was capable of holding his own. And maybe one day he could be a great mid-card champion. Maybe even world champion. But after the show, you know, after the match, you know, Finn Balor and Kyle O'Reilly shake hands. And out of nowhere, we see on the other side of the barricade of the audience, we see NXT UK star, now newest member of the NXT roster, Ridge Holland, having Adam Cole on his shoulders, tossing him on the other side of the barricade, so into ringside. Adam Cole, his shirt's ripped off, he's beaten up. We see Roderick Strong, Bobby Fish come out, and they're like, dude, what happened? Finn, did you do this? And Finn's like, no, I had nothing to do with this. And Kyle's like, what happened? So everyone's confused, like, what happened? With this now, this sets up, first of all, it sets up Ridge Holland in a big way. They're clearly going to promote this guy as one of the next faces of the NXT brand. Hands out. You're not, when you're given an Undisputed Era and Finn Balor, when you have a young guy like that being positioned in a main event segment and basically being the last shot of Takeover, that is a huge deal. That is a huge deal. So clearly they see something in this guy. You know, the guy definitely is built. He's big. He's not a bad wrestler, but I haven't seen enough to really, you know, get behind him yet. But he could be something special. He could be. But I'm liking the fact they're doing something different with this. Now, what does this mean? Keep in mind, he attacked Adam Cole. He didn't attack the other members of the Undisputed Era. Think about that. And we know the Undisputed Era were probably, all of them were probably watching this match. I mean, they were all probably had the support of their friend. So there's a lot of things that can happen. You could think of your imagination. Maybe I'm overthinking things. Maybe they botched something. Or maybe this was all planned out. Maybe Ridge Holland, you know, maybe he's the newest member of Undisputed Era. Maybe Roderick and Bobby hired him to take out Adam Cole. For kind of almost maybe like betraying him, maybe because he was going too soft. Maybe he told him, look, maybe Adam Cole told him, look, I'm going to go somewhere very quick. And he got attacked by Ridge Holland. Or maybe he went off and he told Ridge Holland that, hey, you're going to fake beat me up. And maybe like Ridge Holland's like his new bodyguard or something. The other members of the era turn babyface. There's a lot of possibilities what they could do with this. But again, maybe I'm overthinking. There's a chance I'm overthinking things. But that is NXT TakeOver. Overall, I give this like an 8. Like an 8 out of 10. I thought it was one of the better NXT TakeOver shows. I still think NXT TakeOver Portland's the best TakeOver for obvious reasons. First of all, there was a full crowd, and that felt like NXT. I'll say at least in terms of the COVID-19 shows, this was by far their best TakeOver show yet. I don't know if they're doing another TakeOver in December or if they're doing it in January. I don't know when the next TakeOver is. I'm assuming it's probably somewhere in December. If not, then for sure January. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. But that's pretty much my quick review, guys. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I got to get going. But I just figured I want to do this quick review for you guys. So comment down below. Tell me, what did you guys think about this show? Give me your thoughts on what you thought was match tonight, what you liked, what you didn't like. Tell me your thoughts about the whole new setting for this whole Civic Center. I think they call it the Civic Wrestling Center or something like that. I think they call it, but basically the upgrade performance center, basically. So give me your thoughts about that. With that being said, though, thank you guys so much.